Hi, this one is for those of us who find ourselves at the bottom of the list. There's all sorts of things that are above us, all these things that we must do, all these things that are really important. The family, my wife, my husband, the children, the house, the job, money, my parents, my career, cooking, cleaning, lots of things that are really, really important. And we're doing them. And then we find ourselves at the end of the day exhausted. Falling on the sofa somewhere, just doing nothing, like a potato, with no energy. All we want to do is maybe watch something on television, some kind of an episode, maybe have a drink or cigarette for those of us who smoke, and just have a quiet few moments before we fall asleep. And the whole day is passed with us busy doing things for other people, for other things. And day after day after day. And we don't have time and we don't find time to do something for ourselves. Because there are many other things that are more important. Urgent. We must do them first. And the list is the list is ending. Yeah? Is ending. Or never ending. Endless. Lots of things coming before us. And by the time we finish everything, there's no energy for ourselves. There's all these things that we wanted to do. We want to do, to learn, to go on this course, and to go on a vacation, go visit a friend, or do something, or go to do hairdresser, or something. But we don't have time, because there's all the other things that we need to do. And we are at the bottom of the list. And that's not right. And that's not fair. It's very, very unhealthy. Yeah? Because we need to look after ourselves. So if you recognize this from your life, I guess you are, because many of us suffer from this. Yeah? It's because the way we were brought up. Sometimes women more than men, but believe me, men also suffer from this. All sorts of other things that, we have our own list of things that are important. And it's considered to be, that's the way, everybody is like that. But so what? This is not healthy. We need to look after ourselves. There's certain things that our life, our body need. And if we don't give it to them, this kind of food that they need, they get tired. They get old before time. They don't have energy. We find ourselves frustrated, unhappy, losing our temper very easily. We don't have patience. We find it difficult to listen to other people because we don't have any room in ourselves to listen. It's too noisy. Because we didn't give ourselves time to empty out. To do something that we love. Something that will make us happy. Something that will be for us a good, proper, healthy food. And we need it. This is not a luxury. This is not something that, you do it and then people will think about you, some kind of, bad thought, that you're an arrogant or you're self-centered or you only look after yourself. And it's not that all the other things on the list are not important. Yes, they are important. But we need to be on the list as well. Yeah? It's true that, our children are important, our wife or husband are important, the family is important, our parents are important, other human beings are important. But we are also a human being. We are also a person. And we must be on that list. Why? Because without it, what happened to us? Yeah? If we don't look after ourselves and provide for ourselves what we need in order to stay strong, healthy, happy, The opposite happens to us. We become unhappy. We become weak. We become frustrated. Somebody that is not so pleasant to be with, first to ourselves, between ourselves. Not pleasant for us to be with us. Because we complain, because we don't have energy, because we are not satisfied. Yeah? So if you want to move yourself up the list, yeah, and put yourself somewhere in the top 3, at least in the top 3, yeah, what can you do? Well, the first thing is to realize that my life are important. Say to yourself out loud, my life are important. And probably you hear some voices, resisting it, saying, well, what do you mean important? In what way are they important, Who they are important to? They're only important if you do all this to-do list, if you do things for other people, then your life are important. Which is true. It's okay to do things for other people, but we are also people. Yeah? We should include ourselves with this list of other people. Yeah? Because we are also members of the human race, each one of us. And we are valuable. So say to yourself, my life is important. Notice the resistance. And allow yourself to be with it. Allow yourself to hear yourself saying, my life is important. And say it often. And if you need, write it down, piece of paper. Stick them, all over the house, or in places where you will see them. And they will remind you, oh yeah, my life is important. Interesting. I never thought about it in this way. I thought that, that other people's life is important, or the job is important, or I don't know, money is important, or my life is important. Why? And that's your next task. Why? Ask yourself, why is it that my life is important? First you say it to yourself, and then you just want to say, okay, why? How can I back it up? What evidence? What are the facts? So write down, have a title, why my life are important. And then write it down. My life are important because of 1, 2, 3, 4. And it's your list. But one of the obvious things is because without it, you don't have anything. In the same way, why is it that the health of my body is important? Well, if my body is sick, that's it, If my body dies, that's it, the end of me. So my body is important, or the health of my body is important. So the health of me is important. Why? Write your list. Don't be lazy. It's your life. Yeah? Write down why is it important. We all know these things, in the airplane, but they show at the beginning of the flight, this in case of if anything happens, you first put your oxygen mask, you first put it to yourself, and only then you put it to your child. I will say yes, because the kind of natural instinct is to put it first to the child, but then if anything goes wrong, then both of you will die. So it's best to put first the mask on yourself, and then you can breathe, and then you relax, yeah? And then you can calm your child and help them to put it on there. Both of you are saved. And it's exactly the same thing. It's exactly the same thing. Yeah? So make a list. Why is it that your life is important? Yeah? It's going to be a bit of a struggle because we are not educated in this way. But you want to undo this education because you never chose to have it in you. Yeah? Just find yourself thinking about yourself in a certain way, which put you at the bottom of the list. That's not right. And even though there are people who looks like they put themselves at the top of the list, what we call really, really self-centered and strongly motivated. It might be. But if it doesn't come from the right reason and the right value, then it's the same thing. Yeah? It's exactly the same thing, just the opposite. It's like black and white, yeah? Day and night, it's the same thing, just the opposite. Because it doesn't come from a real reason of appreciating your life and knowing why that your life are important for yourself, for other people, for your family, for God, for whatever. Yeah? Why is it that your life is important? So make the list. And the third thing that I would suggest you to do is make a list of all your qualities. This is another thing that we are educated, Don't think too good about yourself, If you ask the person, what's wrong with you, they will make you a list. No problem. I'm this and this, I'm not good, or whatever, yeah? But what you ask them, what's good about you? What are your qualities? Most people will start to, I'm not sure. Maybe I'm a good person. Maybe, I don't know. No. Write down. Be generous. Yeah? Be simple. Write down your qualities as a person. Whatever. I'm warm, I'm kind, I'm gentle, I have patience, I'm a good listener, I'm good in cooking, I love cleaning, I'm a very clean person, I can be trusted, I'm a hard-working person, I'm courageous, whatever, yeah? I'm smart, I'm clever. And you don't have to be the smartest person on earth, yeah? In order to be smart, yeah? So just write it down. It's something, if you write down a quality and you're not really sure, you say, I'm courageous. Am I courageous? So put courageous and put a question mark beside it. So you can continue to think about it. And check, in what way am I courageous? And make it a living list. So you look at it, you read it, you update it, you change something, you add things. Yeah? Not like a final list, like a final shopping list. No, it's your life. It's a person. And the more you do it, the more you discover about yourself. What's good about you? What are your qualities? Who are you as a person? And that will add to the sense of why is it that your life is important. And read this list often. One of the best times is before going to sleep. So you go to sleep with this list in your mind. You can wake up in the morning with it. And be generous and be simple. It's easy. It's easy, but it needs doing by yourself. You need to do it for you because nobody can move us up the list. Only we can move ourselves up the list. And if we do that, we benefit and everybody around us will benefit because we'll be a happier person, somebody that is more nice to be with, yeah, more open, more relaxed, more quiet, better listener, better everything. Yeah? So do it for yourself and for everybody else. Thank you very much for listening. Hope you find it useful. Look after yourself. Be kind whenever you can. All the best. Bye-bye.